HBCU Drumline has always given Norfolk State University its most challenging battle ever, either face to face or from a distance in the stands. In your eyes.
That's a very good question too. Let me tell you, when we prepare to go against another drum line, it really is never about the other drum line. We kind of have a standard at Norfolk, and we want to meet that standard. We're actually competing with some of the better lines that have been here in the past, and we want to show the Norfolk State lore and the Norfolk State alumni a product they haven't seen before. That really is our number one goal. So, I mean, when we were going against you guys at V State, we took that seriously. You know, we wanted to put products out there that that would shock things we've done in the past, would be different, would impress our people and meet the standard of Norfolk State. Same thing with A&T or when we go against Hampton. So we never really looked at it like the other line. We looked at it as a standard we're trying to meet and to prepare for. Now, I will say this. When you battle a V State on Labor Day and before Hampton's getting their stuff going now, but for a while it was all about V State and Norfolk.
That's right.
That's a big deal. All right. And you talk about an interstate rival like that, that is a big deal. The times we battled Hampton, that's right across the water from us, you know, that's a big deal. A&T, you know, is a big deal. So it was not quite about what line. We took every line seriously. We didn't try to sleep on nobody. Now, I will tell you this. What I've seen lately is the most interesting battle is Norfolk State versus A&T. It's interesting because our styles contrast so hugely. You know, it's such different styles. And so when I travel around the high schools and high school battles and pay attention to what's going on, high schools are either following us or following them. It's no in between. I mean, you're either the showman of A&T or you're the chop and do that emulates Norfolk. And so it's interesting when we battle because there seems to be a clash of different philosophies there, you know, which kind of makes it a little bit interesting. Are you more on the playing side? And I'm not saying that A&T is not playing, but are you more on the technical and playing side, or are you more on the showmanship side? And those two clashing ideas make it more interesting when we do battle them, especially recently. Shout out to A&T, shout out to V State and Hampton. But I will say that. But you know, we took everybody seriously, man. And let me tell you, when people come see us, they ready. They're ready. I remember some awesome performances from Hampton, V State. So we got to be on your toes. So we look at all you guys on the same level, and that you got to be ready, or V State will deal with you. You got to be ready, or Hampton will deal with you. You got to be ready, or A&T will deal with you. So that's just kind of how we, you know, looked at that.
I will say, Rick, before you go to the next question, I admit you guys keep us on our toes ever since I've been there. You know, part to do with because sometimes y'all might be on the school we see for the whole season. You know, being Division II CIAA, we don't see too many lines. But regardless, you know, you guys, you know, always kept us on our toes. So
yeah,
shout out to you. You know, everything you have done there. I'm very, very fond of your work, your writing skills, especially your writing skills and stuff. But yeah, I would say you guys, you know, kept us on our toes and still do.
Hey, I appreciate that, man. And trust me, the feeling's mutual.
Young instructors out here trying to be instructors of either high school line or a college line. And if you take a look back, if you had to give some advice, what advice would you give to a young percussion instructor at this time?
I really appreciate that question as well. That's a powerful one too. Here's the first thing. Do your research on the school that you are working for. You can't teach somebody if you don't know where they've been. So let's say I got hired at King High School in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to watch every footage of King High School that I can, every footage of their drumline that I can find. And I want to know where that school has been in terms of percussion. And so that will give me an idea of where to take them. Okay. Same thing for college. When I got to Norfolk State, I listened. I didn't come in here, Mr. Know-it-all. You know, the first day, what I did was had the kids play everything they knew for me. I wanted to hear where they were at. Then I watched footage of that. I said, oh man, these boys can play. So now I have an idea on what I could do to help them take this into the future. That's number one. It's like people who go to a restaurant, man, and they sit down and they start seasoning their food before they even taste it. You know, and I think that's a mistake a lot of people make. They know that they can teach percussion. They know they have hands. So they say, I'm just going to go in here and go to work. No. Step back, research. Let's find out where this school has been in terms of percussion. Let's find out what these students know. And then that will give you an avenue of which to, go in terms of what you need to do to help that line prepare to perform at a high level. The next thing I want to tell you guys that I was talking to one of my former students today that I'm really proud of. And I mentioned this earlier. For me, it's igniting the students' creativity. If you are doing everything for the kids, then you're not teaching them anything. And I would challenge all percussion instructors out there, if you have a performance, maybe it's just a dance routine, let the kids write 16 measures of a dance routine, or let them make it up. If they can't write yet, let them kind of fiddle around and sing out or beat out on the table or beat out on the drum what they think they should play in those 16 measures. Start getting those kids' creativity going. Because you guys may or may not believe this, but all of the productions I have done at Norfolk State, I have never written 100% of anything. Okay, now I wrote a lot. A lot of times I would write the beginning, I'd write a chunk in the middle, and I'd write the ending, and I'd make our kids put in the middle. You know, same thing at Jackson. They were so creative, making up things and adding new things to the book. And that's important because, look, let me tell you something. If your kids can't get along, what I mean by get along is get out there and perform. If you're not there, you haven't done your job. Listen to me, man. If your kids cannot get out there and perform, if you're not there, then you haven't done your job.